In your happy place. Hi and welcome to episode 3 of Narrowboat Expats. Shiprams and I are here on Tethys. Just to give you a quick intro. So in this episode we're going to start off pretty close to Warwick. So we're going to go from Warwick, we go down to Warwick Castle. So we explore Warwick Castle, don't we? Shiprams has a lot of fun in Warwick Castle. And then we head down the Stratford to the Stratford-Upon-Avon, home of William Shakespeare. And we go and see the Royal Shakespeare Company Theatre, the Butterfly Garden, and have an explore around Stratford. Yes, we see Sheep Street. I don't know if we put a photograph of that in. I'll have to see. And then after that, we drop down onto the River Avon. We have a bit of excitement there, where more of that to come, I suppose. And then we cruise down the Avon. It's absolutely stunning going down the Avon. Go to Evesham, go through the Vale of Evesham, Pershore, all the way down to Tewkesbury. And we go to the Tewkesbury Medieval Festival, and that'll be it for this episode. So that's everything that's coming in this episode. I will be back at the end to recap where we're going next episode. There are some great moorings either side of the River Avon aqueduct in Warwick, though I think the ones on the east are more tranquil and they are a better setting for you if you're looking for somewhere quiet. Each summer, Warwick Castle lays on reenactments of the War of the Roses. It's great fun for all the family, kids will enjoy it.
Like a peasant, you will die like a peasant. Together, let's go for the princess. Come on then,
There's a lot to see at the castle, as well as a dungeon as well at the castle. You can go up the tower. We went up the tower. Shiprams dragged us up there. We got to the top, and then lightning started throwing bolts of lightning down, and we had to make a run for it off the top of the castle, because the top of the castle tower is not a great place to be when there's a lightning storm. But Shiprams had a great time at the castle. He avoided the rain by photobombing all the exhibits, so he had a good time. Warwick Castle is a medieval castle developed from a wooden fort originally built by William the Conqueror in 1068. The original wooden Motte and Bailey castle was rebuilt in stone during the 12th century. After we left the Warwick, we headed up the dreaded Hatton Lock flight. That's 21 double chambers spread over 2 miles with a rise of almost 150 feet. They're certainly easier and faster if you can manage to do them with another boater. We were fortunate enough to be paired up with a couple of other boaters as we went up, so that was great. And then we moored up by Dragonfly Pond, just below the top lock and opposite the CRT offices, as we're waiting for overnight for our boat builder to come and fix some of our growing list of problems that needed attention. So we took advantage of that location to have dinner at the Hatton Arms pub just up the hill. The food was pretty good. And then we headed over toward the Stratford Canal and down on towards Stratford-on-Avon. It's such beautiful countryside down there. very hard and try not to hit the wall. You can see the focus on the face. Hey Sue. Yep, definitely focused. This is where we moored up for the night. What you might call a pastoral, quiet country setting. Not every night can be like this, but darn it, I love the nights that are like this. We did stop by the village of Wilmcote to see Mary Arden's house, that's Shakespeare's mother, but unfortunately it was closed. This was to be a recurring theme of our 2023 adventures. Stratford-Upon-Avon is a charming town with a beautiful riverside park and so much history. The Royal Shakespeare Theatre overlooks the river and the Canal basin. There's also an open air market on Sundays throughout the summer, so that we were fortunate to be there on a Sunday just by chance. So on the plus side, we caught that by chance too. And don't miss a trip to the Royal Shakespeare Company Theatre and the Butterfly Gardens while you're there. They do tours of the theatre, it's well worth seeing. We stopped in the basin for a couple of nights before dropping down onto the River Avon early in the morning to meet our builder at Shakespeare Marina for some more snagging fixes. But after getting on the Avon, I decided to open up the throttle to see what speed we could reach, to know if we had enough power to handle the Severn against the current. I was concerned about going upriver. Well, almost as soon as I punched it to warp 10, our entire system shut down. To say I was panicking is an understatement. We were heading downriver towards the rear without a means to slow down. You need reverse thrust to slow a narrowboat. So I tried to assess how long I had to get us going again before I needed to throw out the anchor to avoid going over the weir. In the end, we tried turning it off and on again, doing the old IT trick, and it seemed to work. We got the power back and we could restart the motor. We had propulsion again, so that was like a panic over. Of course, we didn't know if we were going to lose it again, so needless to say, I didn't try to have maximum thrust again. Our builder later told us that he had set up the dip switches on our batteries incorrectly, and that caused them to collapse under the power draw. It was a scary moment, whatever the cause, and certainly was cause for concern. We moored overnight for a couple of nights in the brand new Shakespeare Marina, so one of our solar panels could be replaced. And we took advantage of the extended stay to catch up on a modern interpretation of As You Like It at the Royal Shakespeare Company Theatre. And the next day, we headed off down the River Avon towards Tewkesbury. The Avon is a fabulous river, and going downriver allowed us to take it really easily, gently, just almost drifting downriver. It was beautiful. The scenes are fabulous. Moorings are hard to find on the Avon, but the two places you're bound to stop are Evesham, which has fantastic cathedral and abbey remains, and there are ample moorings on the riverbank in the town centre. The other place is Pershaw, with moorings on the Riverside Park, and it's just a short walk to Asda, which is always a plus for boaters. Just south of Pershaw is the village of Great Comberton, and if you're lucky, there are a couple of moorings there which will allow you to walk into the village and up to the top of Breeden Hill National Reserve. We did try. Sheepans wanted to give it a go, but it was just too hot, we couldn't make it, and so we got about 2/3 of the way up and decided we had to turn back. Alright, hiking up the hill from the village. I can't remember the name of the village now. Overlooking the Vale of Evesham. It's quite crazy, and it's quite a hike, but good to get out. Fabulous views from up here. Really amazing. The village is also worth taking a look at. It's just cute. It's just a classic, quaint village with thatched cottages, etc. Really nice. The slow journey down the Avon continued. It's perhaps one of the most beautiful rivers in Britain. I mean, going down towards Tewkesbury was fabulous. As the river winds its way through the Vale of Evesham, it goes around Breeden Hill, which is always in sight, even approaching Tewkesbury. A gentle reminder that, of course, we didn't make it to the top. Sheepham's using his awesome powers to steer the boat down the Avon. He's doing very well. Of course, it is straight here, so do an awful lot. But he does enjoy steering the boat, don't you, Sheepham? Yeah? Yeah, you do. What's that you say? Oh, get out of your way. I'm a better door than a window. Oh, okay. I'm on his way, apparently. Just he's looking around the bend to see where we've got to go, because we're going around the corner here. That's the Arden Sailing Club up behind us, where they go sailing down the river, which means a lot of tacking, I would imagine. We're down below Ecklington. Heading down the Avon towards Tewkesbury today. We should arrive at Tewkesbury before lunchtime, it looks like. There's a great festival on, what is it, Sue? It's a medieval festival?
It's the largest free medieval festival in Europe.
Largest free medieval festival in Europe. So we're going to go there, hang out. Sheepham's is going to get dressed up as a knigget. A sheep knigget. Sheep knigget? Sheep, no. Okay. Not impressed with that? No. Just concentrating on where he's going. You can see that concentration. He is stern with concentration. Good steering, huh? Well done, Sheepham's. That's very good. Okay. All right. Enough of that. Because moorings at Tewkesbury can be hard to find, we moored up in Tewkesbury Marina for a few nights so we could catch that medieval festival and battle reenactment, which again, we did not know was happening. It was purely by coincidence. You'd think we planned these things. The fair is full of family-friendly activities, and the reenactment of the famous Battle of Tewkesbury is a thrill. It reminded me of my days in the Sealed Knot. I used to do reenactments with the Sealed Knot Society in the UK. The battle was fought here in 1471 during the Wars of the Roses, with the forces of King Edward IV and the House of York defeating the House of Lancaster. Yes, that's the same war that was reenacted at Warwick Castle earlier. It seems to be the thing to do in these parts.
Keep going.
I'm first up. If he can do it, you can do it.
It's got to go.
So you're churning cream into butter?
Yes.
By hand?
Yes. We milk the cows in the morning, and then you skim the cream off the milk. And the milk will go to make cheese and that sort of thing, because in medieval times we tend to sort of go on the side of preserving our food rather than drinking straight milk. So that will go to make cheese, and then this you just wade it around with your hands until it sort of it's sort of like a eggy sort of consistency, and then it should go turn into butter and buttermilk.
Oh, yeah.
Which buttermilk as a byproduct can be used in bread making and stuff like that as well.
No, it's just cream, is it? It's just cream off the milk?
Yeah, you can just buy double cream from the supermarket and have it yourself basically.
How long does that normally take?
It's very dependent on weather conditions. I've heard of people taking 4 hours when it's really cold, but
This is taking 10
I
minutes.
made
Yeah.
sure that the cream was kept out from first thing this morning, so it wasn't chilled, and it makes such a difference to have it. If you try and do it straight out of the fridge, it's a nightmare. It takes forever.
but look, you can see the buttermilk
Yeah.
coming out there now.
So the buttermilk's the milky substance.
Yeah.
Okay.
And is somebody going to drink that?
You can
Livy
make
wants
it.
to
You
drink
can make bread out of it, or you can drink it, or
Well, we could put it in the cooking later on, I think.
yeah.
Gosh, it really is loads, isn't it? It means you don't get much butter per...
Well, no, you don't. I was expecting you to have enough cream. But...
How much cream did you start with there?
Well, Anna's got some butter as well, but just a
Just supermarket.
500 mils, you know, whatever.
Cool, thanks.
Oh, there you go. That's professional, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've not tried that before,
Well,
have you?
I have, yeah.
Oh, you have. Okay.
And what do you use those for?
That will
Patting
sort
the
of
butter.
pat the butter. turn it
Shaping
to-
the butter,
Yeah.
because you don't want the heat of your fingers on it very
No,
much.
because it'll melt.
So you should be working in a cool dairy with cold hands,
Right.
or with tools, so that you're not touching them. So that's why I use the wood, so that you are not, because it just make it go to oil otherwise. So you run it under. Normally you run cold water through it to get as much of the buttermilk out as
That's what I
possible.
was going to do in a
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that was episode 3. Coming up in episode 4, we're going to head up the 7. And that is not without some problems too. So we had a little bit of a challenge as we get onto the 7, starting to turn upstream. More of that in episode 4. We go all the way up to, we go Upton on 7, and then up to Worcester, Worcester Cathedral. That was fabulous. And then we go all the way to Stourport. I think that'll probably be episode 4. Maybe we'll get up into Stourport a bit, and the Staffordshire and Worcester Canal, and then we get onto the Shroppie, and I think that's where we started doing a lot more filming actually, on the Shroppie. And then we head up the Shroppie towards Nantwich, and more of that to come. If you have any feedback, you know, I'm my own worst enemy as far as editing is concerned. I will try and do this better and better as we go along. But hopefully you'll enjoy it. And if you've got any questions or anything else, do let us know. We have had a lot of issues with insurance. I'm going to do a special episode on insurance to explain how to deal with that as somebody who's living overseas. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. It's entirely free. And if you are interested in supporting the canals and the canal infrastructure in the United Kingdom, do please consider supporting the Canal and River Trust. They are underfunded, and it costs an awful lot of money to actually maintain the canals. So if you can become a sustaining member, as it were, contribute every month, that's fantastic. I'll put a link on the website for you to go and find the Canal and River Trust and see if you wanted to donate money. Please donate to the Canal and River Trust and help them support the canal network so that future generations can enjoy it and have as much fun as we are, right, sheepers? Rock on. Happy cruising.